Here are a series of terms. We'll collect the like ones. We'll first identify them and then arrange them in order of decreasing exponents. So we can take the positive 19s minus 13s minus 10s plus 15s and group them all together for a final answer of negative 11s to the fourth minus 18s squared plus 11s. Here we'll expand. Negative 2 times 2v is negative 4v. Negative 2 times negative 4 is positive 8v minus 3v. Subtract 6. We'll collect our like terms. For a final answer of negative 7v plus 2. Question 2 asked us to solve for x. So in these kind of questions, we want to have the variable on the left-hand side and the numeric values on the right-hand side. So we'll take that negative 7, we'll bring it over to the other side where it becomes a positive 7, and then we can solve for x with its value of 9. In this question, we have the values on the we have the values on the left-hand side and the variable on the right-hand side. In a situation like that, we can just swap them, and then 7 times x equals 49. Therefore, x by itself equals 49 divided by 7, giving a final value of x of 7. Six x plus 8 equals 20. Once again, we want to keep the variable on the left-hand side and bring the numbers over to the right. So that positive 8 on the left-hand side will come over to the right, where it becomes a negative 8. 6x equals 12. 6 times x equals 12. Therefore, x by itself equals 12 divided by 6. For a final value for x of 2. (2r over 7) equals negative 6. Now, there are two ways that we can go about doing this. One way is to get rid of the 7 in the denominator. We can do that on the left-hand side by multiplying it by 7, the whole left side by 7. If we multiply the left-hand side by 7, we need to multiply the right by 7 as well. On the left-hand side, the 7's will cancel out, so we're left with 2r equals negative 42. If 2 times r equals negative 42, then r by itself will equal negative 42 divided by 2, giving us a final value of r equals negative 21. Here we've got the same question, where we're going to go about solving it in a slightly different way. We're going to take that negative 6 and rewrite it as negative 6 over 1. It is the same value. Negative 6 is the same as negative 6 over 1. But by writing it this way, we can cross multiply, and it makes a little bit more sense. It's a little bit easier to see the cross multiplication if we write this in this way. So at this point we can cross multiply. 1 times 2r equals 2r. Cross multiplying the other way, 7 times negative 6 gives us negative 42. If 2 times r equals negative 42, then r by itself will equal negative 42 divided by 2, giving us the same answer, r equals negative 21. Three x minus 12 equals 5x plus 36. Once again, in these equations, we try and get all the variables on the left-hand side and all the numbers on the right-hand side. The left-hand side, 3x minus 5x, will give us negative 2x, and on the right-hand side, 36 plus 12 will give us 48. Negative 2 times x equals 48. Therefore, x by itself will equal 48 divided by negative 2, giving us a final value for x of negative 24. Here we need to expand first. 2 times t gives us 2t. 2 times negative 4 gives us negative 8, plus the 6. On the right-hand side, 4t equals 4t. 4 times 5 gives us 20. Once again, we'll gather all of the variables on the left-hand side and put the numbers on the right-hand side. With the variables on the left-hand side, we have 2t minus 4t. All the numbers on the right-hand side become 20 plus 8 minus 6. We simplify further. Negative 2 times t equals 22. T by itself therefore becomes 22 divided by 2 for a final answer for t of negative 11. In this equation, q minus 3 over 2 minus 1 equals q plus 4 over 5. So we have a denominator on the left-hand side of 2 and a denominator of 5 on the right-hand side. So checking the factors of 2, they are 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Factors of 5 are 5 and 10. We see that we have a common factor of 10. Therefore, we'll use 10 as our denominator in this equation. So we can ask ourselves, what do we need to multiply 2 by in order to get 10? The answer to that is 5. What do we need to multiply 5 by in order to get 10? The answer to that is 2. Therefore, we'll multiply the left-hand side, 5 bracket q minus 3 over 10. We can't forget the negative 1, it's still there. And on the right-hand side, we'll multiply 2 times q over 4 over 10. We now have a common denominator of 10. When we expand both sides, we'll end up with 5q minus 15 over 10 minus 1 equals 2q plus 8 over 10. We can get rid of the denominators now by multiplying both sides by 10. When we do that, our 10s cancel out, but we can't forget this negative 1 right here, which does not cancel out. So when we multiply 10 times the -1, we'll end up with -10. So 5q minus 15 minus 10 equals 2q plus 8. Once again, we want to get all the variables, q in this case, on the left-hand side, and the numbers on the right-hand side. Gives us 5q minus 2q equals 8 plus 15 plus 10. Simplifies further to 3q equals 33. 3 times q equals 33. Therefore, q by itself equals 33 divided by 3. Q simplifies further to a value of 11. A banquet hall charges according to the equation C equals 25N plus 250, where C represents the total cost in dollars to rent the hall, and N represents the number of people attending the event. So question A asks us, if 85 people attend the event, what is the total cost? We'll restate the equation. So we're being asked, what is C? And we're told that N is 85. We can take these values and plug them back into the equation. We don't know what C is, but we can replace N with the value of 85 for the 85 people that will be attending, plus 250, which will tell us that the cost will end up being $2,375 to host the 85 people. In part B of this question, this time we're told what the total cost is, but we're asked for the value of N, how many people attended the event. So we'll restate the equation here, and then we'll plug in for C the value 3375. So now we're given an equation 3375 equals 25N plus 250. N is our variable. We want to get that variable on the left-hand side and our numbers on the right-hand side. We'll bring the positive 250 over to the other side. We're collecting all the numeric values. We'll simplify that a little bit. Now, because we want to have the variables over on the left-hand side and we want the numbers on the right-hand side, in a situation like this, we can just flip. To state it another way is, if 3125 equals 25N, 25N equals 3125. We've just rewritten it this way because, as I've said previously, we want to have the variable on the left-hand side. So now, if 25 times N equals 3125, then N by itself will equal 3125 divided by 25. And when we punch that number into our calculator, we're left with a value of 125 for N. So we can state that if the cost is 3375, that would mean 125 people would be attending the banquet. This equation, S equals W minus 10E over T, models the speed in words per minute, where S is the speed, W is the number of words, E is the error, and T is the time spent typing. So we'll restate the equation just in slightly bigger letters here. S equals W minus 10E over T. Now, question A tells us W is going to be 525. The errors, or E, are going to be 10. And the time is 5 minutes. So we take these values for W, E, and T, and we plug them into our equation. Gives us an equation of S equals 525 minus 10 times 10 over 5. We simplify that. Gives us 425 over 5. And simplifying further, we end up with a value of S being 85. So we can say that the typing speed is 85 words per minute. Question B of the same question. In this case, we're told what the speed is. We're told how many words she types, and we're told the time. What we're not told is how many errors. So in this case, we have to solve for E. There are values for S, 100, words typed, 800, errors, we don't know yet, time, 7 minutes. But we take the values of what we do know and we plug it back into the equation. 100 equals 800 minus 10E over 7. So now we're going to solve for E. Because we have a 7 in the denominator, we want to get rid of that to make our equation a little bit simpler. So we multiply the right-hand side by 7 to get rid of the denominator. Because we do that, we have to multiply the left-hand side by 7 as well. On the right-hand side, our 7s will cancel out, and our equation will simplify a bit to 700 equals 800 minus 10E. We can bring the 800 over to the left-hand side. Gives us an equation of 700 minus 800 equals negative 10E. Reduces to negative 100 equals negative 10E. At this point, because we want to have the variables on the left-hand side, we can flip this statement around and say that negative 10E equals negative 100. Now we want to isolate E. So we take that negative 10 times E, and we bring it to the other side, and E by itself becomes negative 100 over negative 10, which further simplifies to 10. So we can say that Melanie made 10 errors in this situation. A large water tank holds 100 liters of water. It is leaking at a rate of 3 liters per minute. The amount of water remaining in the tank can be represented by the equation A equals 100 minus 3T. A represents the amount of water in liters, and T represents the time in minutes. Determine the amount of water remaining after 13 minutes. What do we know, or what are we told? We'll restate the equation. So we want to know what the amount is after 13 minutes. So we simply replace the T value with 13. We plug that into our equation. Further simplify it. A equals 100 minus 39. A equals 61. So we can say that the amount of water after 13 minutes is 61 liters. The next question asks, determine when the tank would be half full. So we have a full tank of water with 100 liters in it. We want to know when the tank would be half full. Well, the amount of water in a half full tank is going to be 50 liters. 100 liters is the full amount in the tank. Half of that is 50. So we can say that A will start off with a value of 50 equals 100 minus 3t. So in this instance, we're solving for t. We want to know what t is when the amount is 50. So 50 equals 100 minus 3t. Flip this around and bring the negative 3t over to the left-hand side. Take the positive 50 that's on the left, make it a negative 50 on the right-hand side, and we're given 3t equals 100 minus 50. Let's further simplify that a little. 3t equals 50. If 3 times t equals 50, then t by itself is going to equal 50 divided by 3. T will equal 16.67. So we can say that the tank will be half full after 16.67 minutes. Question 6 states, find the speed of a truck that travels 262.5 kilometers in 3.5 hours if D equals ST. So D is the distance, S is the speed, T is the time. We're told the distance. We are asked for the speed, and we are told the time. So we can take these values, plug them into our equation, and solve for S. We're solving for S because we're asked what is the speed. 262.5 equals S times 3.5. We can restate that as 262.5 equals 3.5 S. This is just a more common way of expressing S times 3.5. Instead of saying S 3.5, we just say 3.5 S. Once again, we want to have the variables on the left-hand side, so we can just swap the 3.5s over to the other side and swap the speed over. So we're given 3.5s equals 262.5. If 3.5 times s equals 262.5, then s by itself equals 262.5 over 3.5. And with our calculator, we get a value of 75 for s. So we can say that the speed of the truck will be 75 kilometers per hour. Find the perimeter of the following figure. So the perimeter is simply the length of all sides. So we're told that two of the sides are each 2x plus 3, and the bottom side is x plus 5. So the perimeter is simply going to be 2x plus 3 plus 2x plus 3 plus x plus 5. At this point, all we need to do is collect the like terms. 2x plus 2x plus x gives us 5x. 3 plus 3 plus 5 gives us 11. So we can express the perimeter of this triangle as perimeter equals 5x plus 11.